Oh my god, so look what arrived! I have never had like a proof copy sent like this in a box before by a publisher. I know this is very common maybe for influencers and people that get a lot of sway and have publishers send them stuff, but I was not expecting it to come in a box. Basically, Frances, who is the author of The Bone Door, reached out to me and asked if I wanted a proof copy because I did a lot of support and promo around Voyage of the Damned when it came out. I was really not expecting that, and I was also just kind of expecting the proof to come on its own in the mail. Oh my gosh, and not in an actual box. How far will you go to open the Bone Door? That's so fucking cool. I am keeping this as my very first ever publisher item. That's so exciting. Oh, you get the artwork. That's so freaking cool. And then of course the book, which is hecking chunky. Oh my god, I'm so excited to read this. Also, there's other items in here. I'm freaking out, guys. We have, I think it's to put the pins in. We actually do have a copy of the print, which is so freaking cool. I love when they revealed this. So we got the artist is Sirius from the looks of it. We have a little letter from Frances. Oh look, it's even got the keys in the bottom, and let me pull out the pins because they've fallen inside the book. Oh, we've got a key. Oh, we have artwork of the characters. That's so nice. I need to put you down a second whilst I take the band off these. There we go. Those are the characters. I've not seen this character yet. I've seen Frances upload these two online. This is Hop, I know, and this is the main girl, and I guess this is the main guy who is also on the print. We love to see it. And yeah, here is the book. 7 misfits, 4 impossible tasks, 1 question. How far will you go to open the Bone Door? Coming 7th of May, 2026. Gosh, I am so excited to read this. I really loved Voyage of the Damned. As you can see, there are my 2 copies of it right behind me. And yeah, I'm really excited and I'm really happy that Frances sent a proof to me. So thank you, Frances. I can't wait to read this. Hello. So I just got back in from an event, actually an event run by the Japanese Foundation for Manchester Literature Festival, and it's actually for 2 Japanese authors, which was really cool. I did try to read both of their books, but the 2 authors were Emi Yagi and Satoshi Yagasawa, and I did in fact get all my copies of the books I own by Satoshi Yagasawa signed by him. He was really sweet. I was kind of surprised that even though he had to have a translator, he was still trying to make conversation with me, bless him, when he was reading. I also really love that there is like little stamps that he did along with the signatures. Super cute and really interesting event. Emi Yagi is such an interesting author to hear talk as well. I definitely want to read a few more by her. I've only read When the Museum Was Closed book, which I liked, but sadly not quite enough to get my own copy. I do want to read her other book, Diary of a Void, and she was talking about her upcoming book, which has actually just released in Japan at the moment, which is about a woman with insomnia and mysterious things happen because she's got insomnia, and that one sounds really interesting. Really enjoyed that event. It was really fun. I'm excited to read more by Satoshi Yagasawa. I've actually only read the first book at the moment, in Days of the Murasaki Bookshop, but I really enjoyed it. It resonated with me because I felt very much like the protagonist a little bit at the start of this book. I thought it was really good, really well done, and I enjoyed it. I also ended up meeting up with a friend, Bookworm, Noah. We ended up having a wander around some bookshops together, and he made me buy this book because the name was ridiculous. We got really distracted by the new cozy mystery section that is in Waterstones. Now it's been refurbed. They have a whole cozy mystery section that's like full of Murder, She Wrote kind of stuff, but also a whole bunch of like pet detectives, food centered mysteries. And I feel like if I'm gonna get into any sort of mystery, like books, that's the kind of thing I'm going to go for. So we saw the name for this one, which is called The Chow Maniac instead of Chow Mein, which is hilarious. So yeah, I picked this one up to give it a read at some point. I'm hoping I'll like it. It genuinely sounds wild. Like there's a whole thing with 8 immortals who have been murdered in an elite Asian order, and there are potentially ties to the main character's own family or something, and immortality. It sounds wild, basically. And with a name like the Charm Maniac, I just couldn't resist, so I did pick up that. But the main reason why I am here today is because I just had an Illumicrate parcel arrive. It's on the smaller side, so I know this isn't the monthly box. It's also too early, so I'm guessing this is a pre-order. For the life of me, I can't remember what I ordered, so let's open it up and find out. It's obviously not the Starbright or Evernight, I assume, because Evernight isn't due out for another month, I don't think, and I already had Starbright because I just started getting Starbright, and they usually always come in like specific boxes too. So yeah, let's open it and find out. I did actually just order something the other day in their vault sale, so it could be that. So let's open it and find out. Okay, yes, it is in fact what I ordered from the vault the other day. Very excited and happy to finally own my own copy of this book. I've read from this author quite a lot, and I've strangely never read the book that I think everyone knows this author for. But it is time, finally. I was waiting to get a copy, and when the special edition was available again, I was like, of course. So it is The House of the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. This is a special Illumicrate edition, so we've got the sprayed edges, and we have that on the side, which, as you can see, nicely carries the picture on, which is really pretty. I've read like 3 or 4 books by TJ Klune now, and been wanting to get to this book and just never got around to it. But I don't know if you can see. Probably not, because I think it's actually just a little bit lower. But you can just about see. I do have Under the Whispering Door, In the Lies of Puppets, and The Bones Beneath My Skin, the other books by him that I have read and quite enjoyed. I've also got an ARC for his latest book as well. But yeah, this is the Illumicrate exclusive edition. I don't really know what makes it exclusive, to be honest, so let's have a look at it together. Okay, it does have, we've got like fairly standard end papers here, but they are cute. It is signed as well by TJ Klune. Same end papers in the back, but it's under the disc jacket, which is really pretty here. So we have this, which then carries on to the back. Very pretty. Yeah, I really like it. So happy to finally own this. Obviously, I know there is also a sequel to this. And honestly, like, despite the problematic issues that I've heard about this book, generally what I hear is that everyone really loves this book. And I do like TJ Klune's books. But yeah, House on the Cerulean Sea, finally going to be getting around to reading it. Hello, so we have another unboxing. This is February's RainbowCrate. I am a little worried, however, because I don't know if you can see water has got into this, so I'm a little bit worried about if the books themselves have been water damaged. Hopefully they're okay and they've been wrapped up properly, but we'll find out, I guess. So fingers crossed the books themselves are not damaged. Whew, thankfully we're in luck because they cellophane the books to protect them. The only thing that wasn't wrapped was the spoiler card. So the theme for this month is cosmically queer. Oh, this is the March book, sorry, not the February book. I thought it was the March book. Yeah, let's have a look at the books themselves. Okay, so here are the 2 books. I like the designs on them quite a lot. Neither of them particularly thick books, which is nice, to be honest. So the first book is No Shelter But the Stars by Virginia Black. We're following enemies marooned together in an inhospitable world, must learn to navigate divergent backgrounds, philosophical leanings, and cultural experiences to survive. Looking at the spoiler card, it's not really a spoiler card, but it just tells you about it. I definitely prefer this cover to the original. The original is very boring. It's this, which very bland colours. I much prefer what they've done here. You've got this lovely holographic titling. We have silver metallic sprayed edges. Not super exciting, but it does look nice. With the remainder of the book, holographic on the side, and then even the text on the back is also holographic. We have the thing they always do where it's like nutrition facts, which I really enjoy. This one says 32 chapters per container. Representation, sapphic 100%, queer normative world, lesbian, sci-fi, and then the plot is enemies, lovers, space battles, resident resistance to tyranny, and it is a adult book third person close POV. Oh, it's really nice under the dust jacket, but I'm going to show you the edges first. So this is very moody looking lighting. This is more like how the original cover looks, I think, in terms of its lighting. And we have the same picture on the back, but we also have info on the back about the author, which is also in holographic. It is indeed signed by the author and has an author letter as well. And then under the dust jacket, it's very pretty. It's just a landscape, but I really like it. That is the first book. So in terms of what else it says about it on the spoiler card, this is a 2 out of 5 spice level. Women loving women, sapphic MCs, queer normative world building, mobility aid representation. So it is about Chiron Loyal, who is the last heir to the lost throne of the Forgotten Planet, and the figurehead of a nomadic people who fled the galactic tyranny of a brutal regime. Davia Sifane is the unrecognised daughter of an imperial despot. When happenstance pits them against each other in battle, neither expects the outcome. They are the only 2 people to survive. Marooned on a barren moon, their only hope of survival is to rely on each other, and what they learn will either kill them or change the galaxy forever. That sounds really interesting, actually. And then the second book what we have is a gay sci-fi romance, disability representation as well. I really like the cover for this one. This is Kestrel, which is book 1 of the Starhawk trilogy by Adrian Lofi. It has really nice stuff going on here. It's got a little bit of texture as well. And on the back is the premise. We have really nice starry with a gradient sprayed edges. Oh wow. I'm saying oh wow because one of the characters on this looks an awful lot like this character from 100 Line. I'm like, is that or is that not the ghost boy from 100 Line? Really pretty artwork though. I really like that. Again, we have the nutrition packs, 19 chapters. So in terms of representation, we have a demisexual gay male, non-binary, paraplegia, and mental illness. I don't actually know what paraplegia is, but editing me will put down what that means at the bottom. We have another enemies to lovers in the plot. Fight and flight, be gay, do space crimes, only one bed. And it is again an adult book. And the back again has the same picture. And this is also by a non-binary writer, she, they pronouns. So yeah, this one is about Nico, who is a bounty hunter renowned for bringing in the most dangerous criminals the galaxy has to offer. However, a job goes wrong and he's left with a devastating injury. I kind of assume this is where the wheelchair comes into it. Designed to a languishing existence, he now believes his bounty hunting days are officially over. But when an elusive assassin known only as the Kestrel sets his aim on galactic leaders and celebrities, Nico is called back into the fight. So like, why would you call on someone who's retired? Like, unless they're literally the best in the business. That's a little bit thingy to me. But anyway, caught in a deadly hunting game of cat and mouse, Nico soon discovers that nothing has been told about the Kestrel is what it seems, exposing a web of lies as vast and entangled as the galaxy itself. Nico is forced to make a choice, work alongside the only family he has left to stop the Kestrel from ever killing again, or save the life of the very assassin he's been sent to take down. I like both covers for this, I will say. They're kind of similar in terms of what's happening on them, but the colour scheme is different. That one is a lot more pink. This one is much more focused on the characters. I think I like this one ever so slightly more, but I do like both of them, to be honest. We also have representation in this for migraines and depression, and a gay love interest with anxiety, depression, OCD, and PTSD, as well as non-binary side characters. So yeah, that is that book. It is of course signed with a nice little heart. We do have an author letter in here, and then under the space jacket, that's not quite right. Under the jacket is very nice. I like this a lot. We have more character art. I love this. That is so nice. And then a rocket on the back. It's got really nice like gold foiling going on here. And that is really pretty. I do like the design under the dust jacket with this one a lot more than the other one, I would say. But I'm also very interested to read both of these. So that is RainbowCrate's March box. Let me know what you thought of it. Did you like these books? Are you interested in picking them up as well? So we are on another round of unboxings here. I had 2 arrive today, which is Illumicrate and Owlcrate. This is, I think, going to be my last monthly Illumicrate though for a while. I've decided that I'm just going to cancel some of my subscriptions to various stuff, not just book boxes, because I feel like I have enough right now. I don't need more things coming in. So yeah, I think there's one more round of Owlcrate to come because I had a 3-month prepay subscription with that one, so there'll be one more of this, but this will be the last Illumicrate. So I probably will not really be doing much more in the way of unboxings on this channel after this video, at least not for a while, until I want to start them again, basically. If ever. I enjoy them, but I just don't think that I get as much joy out of them as I used to, and I'm got quite a lot of books right now. I don't really need to be bringing in more at the moment, and I would rather focus on reading what I have. So we do have Owlcrate and Illumicrate. This is the March boxes, although I suspect Owlcrate might be the February box. I really can't remember. I know this one was delayed because it comes from America, but we will open this one first, I think, and see what there is. It does say on the side, found families and love triangles. I don't know if that is a theme for the month. Let's find out. Okay, so the Owlcrate book is actually one I've not heard of before, which is interesting. This is the Gravewood, sorry, not the Heartwood, by Kelly Andrew. I looked it up. This is what the original cover looks like, which is very boring, to be honest. It is not something I would have picked up, but I definitely would have picked this up. I love how it's more horror vibes, and this is a vampire story, which you know I love. We have really nice sprayed edges. We've got like this grass, also a ribbon, like the candles amongst, like, I guess the vines and stuff, which is also on the back, you can see. And then that again. Yeah, this is really cool. I like the red foiling as well on the cover, and it says, better light a candle, better light too. The trees are watching closely and they might snatch you too. Love me a botanical horror, which I guess this is, as well as being vampires. Edge papers. Nice art style. I really like the use of a light in this image. I think Owlcrate do the same on the back as on the front. Oh, they don't. Not this time around. I guess this is telling me where this is leading to with those two. We have a reverse dust jacket as well, which is very nice. Ooh, I like this a lot. So this is the reverse dust jacket, which is definitely giving more urban fantasy vibes, whereas the other one is a lot more like botanical horror vibes. I like that though. It says no one comes back from the Gravewood alive. Very cool. And then under the dust jacket, it is purple. And we've got this nice foiling detail going on with this like gothic looking house. From the fount of the forest comes the age of the beast. He thinks he loved her right then. Isn't that the way all tragedies begin? Very cool. So let me actually read what it's about, because I feel like I've heard of the author before, Kelly Andrews. I think she does write other things. I don't know if I've read anything by her before. She gives me that she writes like urban paranormal romance kind of thing. So let's find out what it's about. Shay Parker has lived her life in the shadow of the Gravewood, an impassable forest that's cut off her town from the rest of the world. With supplies scarce, Shay is forced to carefully ration her hearing aid batteries. Oh dear. When her stash runs out, she'll be left in silence. Ooh, okay. I was trying to see if I could see her hearing aid or not on the front cover, but I can't actually see that. Desperate, Shay turns to Oliver Lysander, the volatile leader of a vampiric gang that rules the Gravewood. The arrangement between Shay and Lysander is simple. She gives him her blood, he tracks down batteries. They don't cross any lines. It's almost like post-apocalyptic then. That's like, because the town is like cut off and supplies are hard to get hold of. I like that element of it. They don't make it personal despite their growing attraction, but when Shay's best friend is lured into the Gravewood, that delicate balance is broken for good. Eager to keep her in the dark with him, the opportunistic Lysander renegotiates the terms of their deal. If Shay agrees to turn, Lysander will help her navigate the carnivorous Gravewood. For the first time ever, Shay finds herself leaving home. Swallowed up in the dream-like dark of the Gravewood and travelling in the company of killers, it isn't long before she risks becoming one herself. Okay, so I see now. I thought this was just like he was holding her, but now I'm like, no. He's fully biting her to get blood, and you can actually just see that she's got a hearing aid there. Okay, so kind of partnership that gets messy is kind of how this sounds, and from the sound of it, it looks like they're probably gonna get, this looks like marriage, quite honestly. But yeah, I'm interested. It's not one that I say that the original cover did not appeal to me, but this one does, and yeah, I definitely will look up a bit more about this one because I want to know more about who the author is and if she's written anything else. I am intrigued by this one. Right, on to Illumicrate. Also, I found out why the author of The Gravewood sounded familiar, because I do in fact own another book by her. She wrote The Whispering Dark, which I do also own. Apparently an author that I am interested in reading, which is good to know. Just a very quick one here. This is my final Owlcrate box. I did the trial period. I trialed it really for 3 months just to see if I liked the pics and the designs, and I thought they were fine, but not enough for me to keep with them. Plus, them being US based means that unless they were really amazing, I wasn't going to. However, I am very happy with the final book because it's a book I actually want to read. This is A Stage Set for Villains by Shannon J. Span. I'm actually really interested in this one, and I really like the redesign. This is the original cover, which I also really like, but if you know me, you know I love a circus theme. So this is super cool. So, oh, I like the back as well. We've got like a mirror. You can be a great many things, dear heart, but you cannot be fewer. I like that. We've got rose sprayed edges, more roses, and the masks and a dagger. So I know this is about like theatre stuff, which I adore. Ooh, those end papers. Oh my god, is she like made of patchwork or something, or coming out of something? I don't know, but it's very cool. Ooh, blacksmith. She's a blacksmith, and is she like molten gold come to life or something? Also, I'm seeing like paintings and stuff in the background. And then the back. Oh, and we have different ones at the back as well. This kind of looks like the person who is in the picture here. I think that is, you know. Really nice artwork. I really like it. Now let's go under the dust jacket. So we actually have a reversed dust jacket here, which is super cool. I really like this, actually. This is giving me the Divine Rival special editions I have, where they're also in monochrome. Life is a performance. You might as well be applauded for it. This is really cool as well. It's like really creepy. To die is to be forgotten. I imagine the world will never forget me. So yeah, we have a reverse dust jacket, which I really like. I like how actually it's not entirely in monochrome. Looking at it now, there is like a little bit of red going on in the rings and some gold going on. Really pretty. And then under the dust jacket, we have this, which is very cool. It's almost like it's a show brochure that you get. We've got this yellow. And then, oh, another one on the back. So we've got the girl on the front and the guy on the back acting as puppets. Very cool. So this book is being described as Caraval meets One Dark Window in this lush and dark fantasy. The performers of the playhouse are as worshipped as they are feared, their enchanting shows bending hearts, minds, and even reality itself. Vicious, godlike, lethal. 18-year-old Riven Hesper knows the dangers better than anyone after her own encounter with a player resulted in a curse that is slowly killing her. Oh, I wonder if that's what this is about. Possibly. When the playhouse announces the spectacle of a lifetime, a chance for one mortal to steal a player's immortality, Riven sees her last chance to live. Desperate for answers, she infiltrates the competition. There she finds Jude. Ooh, it's a competition. Love that. The Playhouse's brilliant, merciless lead player whose charm is as dangerous as his craft and strikes a deadly bargain to save her life. Very cool. I am very excited to read this one. So yeah, pretty happy with the third book that I got from Owlcrate, and I will definitely be reading this one. But it is unfortunately a goodbye from me to Owlcrate. Right, on to Illumicrate. Okay, so this is March 2026's box, Where My Demons Hide is the theme. I will briefly show you the spoilers, so feel free to skip ahead if you don't wish to see them. there they are. The April theme, which as I said I'm not going to be getting, I do know what the book is. It's actually a book I have an ARC for, so I might still try the book out. But in case you're curious, next book is going to have a mug inspired by Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, and it is a fairy bargain themed box. It doesn't tell you about any of the other things in that one, but that is what is in next month's book. So let's start with the item that I know I'm gonna like the least, because it is unfortunately a book pot. I'm not a big fan of the book pots. I don't really tend to keep these. I tend to get rid of them straight away because I just don't really have a use for them. This one is demonology themed though, which could be quite interesting. So let's have a look at what it is. Okay, so here it is. I do quite like the design of this one, I will say. I think there's like ninth house stuff themed in this box as well, because demons, and this is definitely giving the ninth house vibes. It is a nice design. I do like it. So it's kind of this, is it black or is it navy? It's black, but it's got like navy detailing and this nice foiling like arcane circle. We have on the side where it says friends, demons, nightmares, and on the back it says a practical guide to the study of demons and dark creatures throughout the ages. So that is the book pot. Not one I'll be keeping, but I do quite like the design of this one. I think it's one of the better ones that they've done. Next, we have what is the ninth house one, and I'm not mad about what this is because I'm not a massive ninth house fan, but I like the aesthetic of ninth house. And this is a Leafy House desk mat. Desk mat's always useful as well. It looks like it's going to be in the dark purple tones, so let's open it and have a look. So as expected, I do quite like the design for this one. It is indeed the purple that fantasy books love to go through, but I really like the picture on this one. We've got like a moth eating what looks like pomegranates, maybe silver moths. We've got this like interesting glass clock thing which looks like it's part of the house. We've got a snake, and then going forward into these flowers, and then the moths are prevalent throughout. So yeah, I really like that. I'll definitely use that. I think it's a really pretty design. And again, what I like about this is that they don't necessarily scream the book. So I like this for the design, regardless of it being ninth house, to be honest. The next item we have is some bookends, which is really useful because I've been actually needing bookends recently. This is inspired by Calabasas. So it is Infernal City bookends, which are very nice. I do like those a lot. I don't think they've done white ones before, which is quite nice. And then here they are out of the cellophane. We'll definitely use these. Do like them a lot. I like that we can see they've got like some water at the bottom and then a tree and then going up into the house. Haven't read Calabasas yet, but it is on my list to get to soon, I think. Those are the bookends, and that is it for the items. On to the book. Okay, so the book for this month is Aicha by Soraya I'm not going to be able to say her name right, sorry. Zoe. This is a book I'm interested in. This is what the original cover looks like, if you're curious. I do like the original cover quite a lot, but this has really nice colour tones in it. So this is the Illumicrate version. We have this really nice character art. I am a big fan of having nice character art on the cover. I love these like oranges and sunset colours that's going on. It's quite shiny, as you can see. It's got this nice foiling border going around it. Sprayed edges. We have, this looks like more of the sunset sky. And then I love when we have like a landscape on the side. That's so pretty. Again, we're following these sunset colours on. This looks like it's maybe going into the ocean, perhaps. And then on the back, we have more character art. So I guess these are other characters that are in this story. But yeah, I love the colours on this. It's so autumnal. Inside, we have, a fight scene in the character art. I like the art style a lot for this as well. It feels almost comic booky, which I'm really kind of into, for sure. I like that this is not just about making the characters look pretty, but dynamic. And then on the back, we have a more neutral scene between two other characters, which is this. Again, I really like the art style and the colour usage in this. It's really pretty. Very nice. And then under the dust jacket, okay, this is where, because I know this is based off a Portuguese myth. It's a retelling essentially, and I know that our main character, Aicha, is kind of a vengeance girly, I think, and this is the front cover. Oh my gosh, it's actually insane. I kind of love it. I love how we've gone from like front cover to no, this is how she really is. That's so fun. And then we carry on with this like dark smoke from the side, which looks to be coming from something in the earth. So this is like a different take on the cover. You can also see, like, again, it's sunset vibes, which I like, and then this like city in the background. That's so freaking cool. I really like it. I enjoy when Illumicrate decide to go hard with the more dark elements of the story and like the more fighty combat elements of the story, rather than just going for here's a nice couple. Also, oh my gosh, I think she has fangs. Like, if you look close enough, she is definitely like bleeding from her lips and she's got fangs. That's so freaking cool. I love that. Okay, let me actually tell you what the book is about then. We also do just have an author letter, by the way, in here. It is not signed, but that's fine because I should be seeing this author at some point anyway, I think, hopefully. And we also have a nice little map before we get into the story itself. So, the book then, Temptress, Monster, Warrior. The Portuguese flag has been planted across Morocco, its empire ruling with an iron fist, but eventually all empires must fall. Aicha, the daughter of a Moroccan freedom fighter, was born for battle. She has witnessed the death of her people, their starvation and torture at the hands of the occupiers, and it has awakened an anger within her, an anger that burns hot and bright and speaks to Aicha's soul. Only Aicha's secret lover, Rashid, a rebellion leader, knows how to soothe her, but as the fight for Morocco's freedom reaches its violent climax, the creature that simmers beneath Aicha's skin begs to be unleashed. It hungers for the screams of those who have caused her pain, and it will not be ignored. Aicha tells the tale of Morocco's warrior goddess, her strange magic, vicious rebellion, and devastating romance. This is a story of female rage and lesser-known myths that will sear you to the bone. I am so intrigued by this, like, especially because it's a myth I don't know. So I might have to look up the actual myth beforehand, because I want to see what the original story is before I see what this author does with it. Also, I just read the start of the author letter and I kind of love this. Aicha was a book born out of pettiness, if I'm honest, and frustration at the publishing of a plethora of Greek retellings. I agree, even as a half Greek person, I'm like, I would love to hear other retellings, please, at this point. And a very clear unwillingness for the gatekeepers to go beyond retellings in this area. She also ends this by saying, 200 years passed, generations passed, but hope stubbornly remained. If cruelty is doomed to be repeated, then evidently so is hoping for freedom. Free Palestine today, tomorrow forever, until it is backwards. We also have trigger warnings, which I do appreciate. I always appreciate that in a book. So yeah, really interested to check this one out. I hope that it's one that I will like. So that is it for the unboxing. It definitely feels a bit more on the limited side. I think Illumicrate have gone down from doing 4 items to 3 items now, unfortunately. I did like the other 2 items, the desk mat and the bookends. Obviously, I'm not fussed about the book part. That will get gone, I think. That one I will happily sell on, I think. But I do like the other items and I will definitely use them. So yeah, that is the end. I like that we're ending on such an interesting book for me trying, like, for my subscription with Illumicrate, at least for some time. I like that we're ending on an interesting book for my final Illumicrate box. I am still going to be getting Evernight because I really enjoy that one and it's a quarterly sub, so it isn't as bad. But yeah, at least for now, this is me putting pause on Illumicrate, and that, I guess, is the end of this unboxing video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know which was your favourite of the boxes I unboxed in this video, and until the next video, stay safe, stay cozy, and I'll see you next time. Bye!